feral machines everywhere. This is a twilight time indeed.
Hello everybody, welcome
Sometimes you just
back.
have to sit back, take a breath, and make the world go away.
That's what we did, and we are back from our break. The world is back, so let us continue on to Maker's End and continue with this story bonanza, of course,
all across the sun.
on our way.
We are paying for the
Now we
Mad
gotta
Sun
sell
King's
these
excesses.
things. I don't need them cluttering up my inventory. I already have enough things cluttering up my inventory. Where's the watch? One of those was a watch. Oh no, that was the watch. So where's the other one? Also, do not need two sets of those. Do not need two sets of anything. Ah, there's the other thing. There we go. Of course, on our way to Maker's End, we are going to stop by and pick up the weapons stash that our unnamed stranger, who we totally don't know is... Rest in peace, Lance Reddick. But, yes, we totally don't know who he is yet. Has pointed us in the direction of a stash, which is actually slightly closer than the lookout that we have targeted. But we're going to go to lookout first anyway, because if we did it the other way around, we'd be doubling back. And this is where we finally start figuring out a little bit more about what's going on. Like, the way this game meets out its mythology and informs you about the world is really well done, I think. Especially the first time I played it, it really did keep me guessing for a long time. It's like, where is this going? Like, what happened to civilization? What's going on? And just the way they spell it out through the lore and deal it out through the narrative, it's just, it's so smart. Okay, where might I find...
You can see them. They can't see you.
It's not above me, I hope. 68 meters. So we're close. It's there, isn't it? Yup, right there. How do we get up here? I don't think we're Skyriming up that thing.
Easy, easy.
There we go. I see our path. Just gotta Skyrim a part of it to reach it. It's over there. I want to reach it. Let me reach it. And where else do we start from? There's nowhere to start from on the side of the mountain. Ah, there it is. Sneaky. Alright. Oh, we going up? We going up? Those are some weird sounding birds. And again, birds in general sound weird. Oh. Whoa. Faro Automated Solutions. Hey! Nice tower.
A pocket shitstorm tour, day one. Where better to start than at the end? Or where the end started, anyway. Round zero, where it all came crashing down. My career first, and everything else. And I mean everything.
Hi, Ma. Remember how ecstatic we were when I landed a job here? Aerospace Control Engineer at Faro Automated Solutions. Straight out of Stanford U. Saturday I was tossing a motorboard. Monday I was an employee of the biggest corporation on earth. Starting wage, 6 times basic. It was a dream come true. Yours as much as mine. When I found out I'd landed the gig, I waited until graduation day to tell you in person. And you were so proud. You hugged me 5 minutes straight, laughing and crying at the same time, saying over and over, onwards and upwards, the start of great things. I thought so too. It seemed as though nothing bad would ever happen to me, to us, ever again. But bad did happen, of course. More bad than I ever knew was possible. And while I can't blame FAS for making you sick, Metallurgic gets credit for that. I can sure as hell blame Faro for the rest. But let's talk about the end of the world later. It plays a part in the story, of course. If I hadn't found out what was coming, I wouldn't be doing this, leaving these time capsules behind. But the apocalypse isn't the real story I want to tell. This is going to be about our family, about us. It's time to get going. I've spent enough of my life in the shadow of this place. I've got 11 more Vantage spikes in the trunk of the Sabara 1 I rented. The Sabara I rented, okay. And some pretty good ideas of where to sink them. So, let's get the hell away from this place and start sinking. It's kind of weird that they're so out of order, even as sets. Like, you'd think that they would put them in proper order, but no. It's weird. It's an odd choice. Alright, next on our list is the Ancient Vessel, and we'll be hitting this corrupted zone. But before we do both of those, we will go and loot the equipment stash. There we go. This is weather she's probably a little bit more used to. Actually, it's probably a little bit colder than what she's used to. But
Need them soon enough.
ahoy, Mr. Drew. Welcome on back. Hope you're having a good night. We are delving in to the Faro Tower ruins at Maker's End.
Easier when I was a kid. Right where he said it would be. Not a bad selection. I'll put those to use. Why are you doing this?
Because I want you to succeed. Good hunting. We'll talk later.
Wait! Damn him.
Fucking Banuk, man.
It's heavy. World's going white.
Okay, where is the darn... Oh, it's in the building. Okay. Oh boy. No, 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 no. Only I had torn off the cannons right at the beginning. There we go. Okay, okay. Nope. Let's right back off for a sec. Yes, give me the cannon exactly. Oh boy. There we go. I guess we start up the hornet's nest down there. I mean, I got this cannon, I may as well go loud. They saw me anyway. Your belief in me got me through, Mr. Drew. I believe in that. There. Another corporate mug. And with that, there's that one. And that's it for collectibles in this area. We can just focus on story. And getting my health back.
Corrupted region. Guards. The Eclipse and corrupted machines. Cooperating. A happy family.
Makes sense. They've kind of helped spread the corruption. Oh, hi guys.
Don't waste my time. I'm gonna...
Alright. It really is too bad that they can't see me in the red grass. Because otherwise they'd be doing a hell of a lot better. Is it just you? Are you all that's left?
Haven't you got anything better to do?
Hi. Alright. Well, the Eclipse are definitely here as well.
These dig sites, they're massive.
Mm-hmm. Almost like they're trying to unearth some rather large things. Quite the complex, too. Leading to the tower in the middle. Actually, the tower's off that way. The hell is all that noise? What is all that popping?
All these ruins. What did the old ones do here?
They did quite a lot, really. Pharaoh had his hands in many pies.
We're
Hi!
under attack.
No, you're not. You dead. You're not under attack. You dead. Whoa! Oh. You guys brought a big one with you, huh? Doing this with absolutely no health, I realize.
A corruptor. That might prove a challenge.
No. My turn. See? Told you it wasn't going to be much of an issue.
I give up. Shadow doesn't belong. I am too if you don't fight.
Oh! There we go.
The snow's got a bite out here. What have they been uncovering here?
Yeah, it's a pretty crazy looking facility. It's the most crazy facility, like, that us as the player have found so far in the game as well. Because, like, even if you've explored the entire map up until this point, you've found the doors to all of the other major rooms. They're all pretty much locked off. Because you do them all so much.
An explosion.
There's, like, pops and explosions going on all over the place. Seems to be timed with those beeps. There we go. Yes! Got all the ancient vessels.
What? Another explosion.
Yeah, these bangs are getting louder the closer we get to our objective.
Rotate turret! And fire!
One of Pharaoh's biggest hits.
All weapons operational. Time to get it moving, and be quick about it. No daydreaming. Soon this demon. Another Deathbringer to fill out the ranks.
Another. So this
Must be
ain't
one
the
of
first one.
Deathbringers Olin talked about. Fitting name. I'll never get into that tower. Unless I destroy that thing first.
My focus. Stop working.
I've disabled his focus. The rest is up to you.
I'll handle it.
Whoop!
Steam's blasting out. I wonder if there's a leak.
All right. Really? Really? Okay, that screen shake's insane, but he did it. So, all right, now we can just focus on this. That's what happens when you're like way over leveled.
Did it. Those things pack a punch. All right. That Eclipse officer had a focus. Let's see what's on it.
Fun fight, though. Deathbringers are always good times. Very simple, but they can be kind of insane. All right.
Let's see what you have to say. What is this?
The entity lives. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Unacceptable.
That would be the demon voice that Olin heard.
What the hell was that? Hades? Hey! Mysterious stranger, did you see that? No answer, huh? Figures. Things just keep getting stranger. I need to find a way inside the tower. Looks tight, but I can squeeze through.
Well, there's a door that should look familiar.
Hold for identiscan.
One of these again.
Genetic profile confirmed. Entry authorized. Greetings, Dr. Sobek. Please step inside.
we go. This one thought she was enough of a match to let her in. The other one, back in Mother's heart, for some reason, didn't. Alright, I'm gonna go grab something to drink real quick. I'll be right back. And now the purple washed area begins. Let us explore.
Dr. Soberg, you are 355,510 days overdue for your meeting with Mr. Farrell. Please
What?
proceed to the 35th floor.
Okay.
Wait. 350,000. That's hundreds of years ago. What's going on?
"35th floor, huh? Guess we gotta go down to go up. Entangled waveforms.
The protocols use polyphasic entangled waveforms, quantum encryption, black quartz stuff, way beyond military grade. That's what you demanded. So that's what we delivered.
You don't code something you can't crack. All we need is a backdoor. Upload the latest service pack update and the problem goes away.
You specifically forbade us from leaving anything resembling a backdoor in code. Every protocol to black quartz standard. Your words. Look, if you need me to fudge some projections, it's nothing we haven't done before.
I don't need fudged projections. I need a way to reassert control over the Heart's Timor swarm.
I don't know what to tell you, Ted. You're asking the impossible.
So, codes.
Swarm.
They needed codes of some kind to control the machines. But they got out of control. Sounds bad.
I should explore that room a little bit more thoroughly.
Be prepared.
It's down here. This looks like a dead end. Maybe not. Okay, that looks like it might be the way to go. So, just for exploration's sake. Yeah, that's the way to go. So, what is this way? Another office. But nothing in it. And a dead end. Alright, well, back on track. Huh.
A Deathbringer. Or a statue of one, anyway. A machine built to kill. And they honored it?
Welcome to Faro Automated Solutions, where all the problems of tomorrow are being solved today. With over 25,000 human employees based in nations and corporate holdings across the globe, Faro leads the world in every sector of self-sustaining, fully automated technology. From revolutionary consumer products close to home, like the Faro Focus, to the dynamic Chariot line of peacekeeping robots halting bloodshed in conflict zones across the globe, Faro remains committed to making the future smarter, brighter, safer, and always surprising. Faro Automated Solutions. For every problem of life, a smart solution.
So they made the Focus. 25,000 people? That's bigger than a tribe. So they made machines and devices. I guess those things were common in their world.
Welcome to Faro Automated Solutions, where all the problem...
Yeah, we already heard it. Good thing it turned off when I stepped away. What's that? Reception log. July 7th, 2064. 9:54 a.m. Field Commandant Deng of the Indo-Malay Agricultural Combine arrived with his delegation. Refreshments to be served before their 10:15 a.m. sales presentation of the Chariot line. Per instructions, food will be vegetarian only. 10:07 a.m. Sander Agnew, Vice President of Territorial Integrity from Fresh Grounds Coffee Global, arrived with his entourage. Refreshments to be served before their 10:30 a.m. sales presentation on the Chariot line. Per instructions, will use Fresh Grounds Tacoma Blend, no artificial creamers. 10:12 a.m. So that happened. Called security and janitorial to clean up the coffee that was spilled. Actually, more like thrown. I wasn't aware that the Indo-Malay Combine grows coffee beans and that Fresh Grounds' acquisition team has tried to take their fields by force repeatedly. I think Commandant Deng had Agnew by the hair for a second there. Who schedules these things? I'm going to drop a line to sales. This can't happen again. Gotta love corporate incompetence. What the fuck? Ah.
Welcome to Faro...
Impossible to override. Still have those 5 keys. All right.
What was this place? What were they doing here?
It was a corporation. A group of people not unlike a tribe. And they made machines.
Yeah, go on.
I've uploaded some data files to your Focus. They'll help you understand.
Staircase there. So then was...
Now, I know this must seem like a bizarre change in direction. I mean, we're Faro Automated Solutions, right? #1 robotics firm in the world. Why would we clear our production slate to fabricate human-operated vehicles and weapon systems, the relics of the past? All I can say at this juncture is... trust me. We will be exploiting a massive, growth opportunity by retooling and reallocating capacity according to my plan. So I will need revised projections of mass fabrication velocity across every pipeline within 36 hours.
That is the sound of a
So
scared
they were
man.
making machines, then they stopped to make other kinds of weapons? Why?
Why? So, well, they could control their weapons. That's why. Is there nothing in here? So originally it was trying to lead me in there, or so I thought. But no. Staircase looks like where we have to go. "35th floor, right.
The air. There's no smell to it, not even old death. Nothing natural.
RE complaint. From J. Friedkin to reception. RE complaint. Hey, reception. If that is your real name. Want to know who scheduled the Indo-Malay right next to the Fresh Grounds? That would be me, Senior VP of Sales. Want to know why? After that little hair-pulling incident, both sides increased their bids by 40%. I'll explain, because your receptionist-level brain probably requires it. Those two sides are fighting. And what do we sell? That's right, combat machines. We want them to hate each other, so they will try to fight each other with what? That's right, again, combat machines, which they will pay us a lot of money for. So I suggest you go back to serving coffee with a blank smile and let me do my much more complicated job. Thanks a bunch. Mr. Friedkin to you. What a dick. Alright, well, let's go through these things that Silence sent us. I mean, oops, the stranger. We don't know who he is. Definition of corporation. Corporation, noun. Corporation. Shen. An association of individuals created under authority of law, having existence, powers, and liabilities distinct from those of its members. In a business sense, a corporation is usually owned by shareholders through the sale or distribution of stock, who profit from such ownership. Vote at designated times for its governance, and designate executives who run its affairs. Most corporations engage in one or more industries to produce goods or offer services for profit, and may in turn own other corporations, companies, or property as holdings. She probably understand half of that, but, like, distribution of stocks, she might not, like, completely get what that means for profit. But, you know, that sounds kind of like they're a governing body of a tribal society that lays out a law to her, sure. History, FAS. Faro Automated Solutions, FAS, is an American multinational corporate entity that produces robots for all walks of life. though its core business consists of military and defense contracts. As of 2063, FAS has ranked number 1 among the Fortune 5 by gross revenue and profit for 10 years in a row, a world record. Founded in 2033 by Theodore Ted Farrow, an entrepreneur from Salt Lake City, Utah, the company developed several promising robot types in its early years, but failed to break into the market dominated by then-industry giants like General Synthetics and Recorp. This changed in 2038 with the debut of the Alfred line of levitating personal servitors, which generated exceptional sales, lifting the company onto the Fortune 50 for the first time. Profits tripled in the 2040s as the company's environmental efforts, led by famed engineer Elizabeth Sobek, catapulted FAS to the head of that sector. In 2049, in the wake of successful green and climate cleanup efforts around the globe, worldwide approval ratings of FAS exceeded 90%, and founder Ted Farrow was hailed across media and social networks as the man who saved the world. How ironic. Yet, it was the emergence of FAS as a military contractor in the late 2040s that cemented its status as the world's wealthiest corporation. With a record market capitalization of over $23 trillion by 2055, FAS controlled 61% of the market share for automated military platforms, holding contracts with 353 nations, transgovernmental organizations, and corporate entities. Today, its holdings exceed the second largest corporation, FB Mobihal Global, by 321%. That's a big number. Ted Farrow. Theodore Ted Farrow, born December 24, 2013, is an American entrepreneur and business magnate. He is the founder of Farrow Automated Solutions, FAS, the largest corporation of all time, the world's wealthiest individual, and the first ever trillionaire. Born and raised in Salt Lake City, Utah, he enrolled at the University of California, Los Angeles, where he studied business for 2 years before dropping out in 2033 to start FAS. Though it struggled at first, the company broke through at the end of the troubled 2030s with its popular lines of personal servitors and bodyguard bots, then exploded when its famous line of green robots led the race to solve the climate crisis during the 2040s. 2040s clawback. At the end of that decade, FAS opened a military defense branch, dominating the world market for automated military platforms by 2053. The success of FAS has made Mr. Farrow the world's best-known businessman, one of its most sought-after speakers, and a major voice in politics, culture, and international affairs. At this point, Aloy, who's heard him on audio twice already, is probably thinking he doesn't sound all that impressive to me. Now, the one she's probably most interested in, Elizabeth Sobek. Elizabeth Sobek, born March 11, 2020. Oh, wow! She was literally born right at the start of lockdown. That, woof. Woof. No wonder she turned out to be an environmentalist keen on saving the world. Yes, I know this game came out pre-pandemic, and I think 2016? No, not 2016. Maybe yeah, either 2016 or 2017 was when this originally came out. But yeah, oof, that makes sense now, seeing that she was born literally 4 days before the world shut down. Damn. But anyway, is an American scientist, roboticist, and engineer widely regarded as one of the greatest minds of the 21st century. Born and raised outside Carson City, Nevada, she enrolled in Stanford University at age 13, earning a BS in experimental physics and computer science at age 16. She completed her PhD in robotics and artificial intelligence design at Carnegie Mellon University in 2040. Wow, all the way in, I believe that's Pittsburgh. Yeah, Carnegie Mellon is Pittsburgh. In 2040, joined Farrow Automated Solutions as a junior scientist the same year. Rising quickly to chief scientist at the age of 22, over the next 8 years, her green robot designs played a vital role in in realizing the environmental cleanup and detoxification efforts of the clawback decade, propelling FAS to the forefront of its field. In 2048, she suddenly resigned from FAS, protesting the company's pivot to automated military technologies. In 2049, she founded Miriam Technologies, a firm devoted to life-positive robotics and other technologies. Miriam has since become one of the world's largest suppliers of green robots, winning numerous awards and accolades, including the 2053 Nobel Prize for Physics and the 2056 Rachel Carson Award for Environmental Progress. So what she can learn from that is her apparent mother was seen as someone who was very well regarded, and so was Ted Faro, but for totally different reasons. And she probably doesn't think very highly of Mr. Faro. Because, you know.
Another cave-in. But I could get through.
You can go through there, alright. But yeah, like, really... yeah, can't get through that. Because, like, really, you can't... especially that second recording with him. It didn't take much to hear. It's like, dude's freaking out. What is this? Red Room. It is kind of funny that, like, the ruins are much more of a, like, slower burn exploration lore dump areas, but...
yeah, this is useful.
You know, at the same time, it's really cool, because it allows you to slowly take in the actual story they're trying to present, but also do it at your own pace, because you're not slow walking through a cutscene, you're exploring at your leisure, as we... anyone who's watched these streams on a regular knows I'm a bit of a slowpoke when it comes to exploring, because I try to be thorough. But yeah, like this, because I always remember, like, especially when you see games like the new God of War, Horizon, Uncharted, that all have these kind of slower burn paces, and then you think of like another Sony release game like The Order 1886. Everyone hounded that game for it's like, oh, you spend the next 20 minutes of this 3-hour game, which, granted, that was the huge issue, was the fact that it was a 3-hour game at a full price. But, like, you spent, like, 10 minutes slow walking down this hallway, exposition dumping, with nothing going on. All of the other games that Sony produces around that all had that same thing. What was the difference? While The Order had style, it wasn't really all that great a story and wasn't the best style. The rest of Sony's games that do this all kind of drip with the style that makes it bearable. And sometimes jump scares.
Looks like I can climb here.
Yeah, we're trying to go up, not down. Alright, first, let's go down, though. We can explore
I bet I
a
can
bit.
use that as a ramp to get back up.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. We already been down here. Active. Oh, right. Wait. What about... Oh, I see.
This'll be useful later.
Yeah, it will be.
Looks like the way up. What's left of it.
Good. So let's explore the rest of this floor first.
The BOR-7 Horus. Imagine your complete engagement ecosystem comprehensively managed by a high-speed learning machine network. Whether your need is to replace battlefield losses or intensify force projection, the Horus's onboard manufacturing capabilities mean you'll never get stuck waiting for the next arms delivery.
Oh, shoot. I was trying to get a closer look at it, not cut them.
The BOR-7 Horus. Imagine your complete engagement ecosystem comprehensively managed by a high-speed learning machine network.
Giant
Whether your
squiddies
need is to replace battlefield losses or intensify force projection, the Horus's onboard manufacturing capabilities mean you'll never get stuck waiting for the next arms delivery. Simply redefine your force parameters, and the Horus will fabricate additional units to fill the ranks for an affordable per-unit licensing fee. Meanwhile, the biomass conversion systems of other Chariot line models allow them to keep the Horus fueled, repaired, and ready, extending its operational tolerances beyond that of any competing Titan-class platform. That's the Horus advantage. Always regulating, always ready. The future of automated warfare made real today.
The Metal Devil. So these were Faro machines too. Manufacturing capabilities. They can make more of themselves. Then how would you ever stop them?
That's why they needed those codes that they couldn't replicate. Ooh, there is something. Spiritual Summit. From Ted Faro to Paula Vasara, Spiritual Summit. Paula, recent events have sharpened my perspective, and I think that I and FAS in general have been neglecting the spiritual side of things. Not under any specific religious framework, of course, but in a more general sense. As in, not giving enough thought to our shared values, hopes, and aspirations for the afterlife. I'd like you to reach out to religious leaders of every stripe with the intention of scheduling a conference soon, very soon. I'll have more thought about the agenda later, but for now, let's put out some feelers and see if we can lock something in. Make it a big tent, no kooks, but anyone with a credible audience. Let's go deluxe. Make it clear we'll spare no expense. Thanks, Ted. So he was definitely a kind of guy who liked to throw his weight around, liked to schmooze, but didn't like kooks. What do you got against kooks? Some kooks are good cooks. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. Ooh. FAS Campus Log. FAS Campus Security Log. High Priority Alert. Automated Log Note. All non-essential systems have entered hibernation. High Priority Alert. Automated Log Note. Full lockdown has been initiated. High Priority Alert. Due to the increasing frequency of violent protests targeting the campus, the security of FAS employees can no longer be guaranteed. Therefore, we have taken the difficult decision to shutter this facility indefinitely. Staff will be briefed on a block-by-block basis regarding proper procedure for archiving and/or disposal of project-related data and materials. HiSec and a crisis team will then conduct exit review before all areas are locked down. High priority alert. Priority messaging to all staff in E and F blocks. Treat the current lockdown situation as an exercise, but do not attempt to release the hatches or otherwise exit the buildings. High priority alert. A reminder that while HiSec personnel remains committed to employee safety during the current unfortunate events, personal firearms must be relinquished when presenting for Identiscan. High priority alert. Additional public access roads en route to the campus have now been closed to relieve waiting time at the outer security cordons. HiSec reminds all staff that the campus remains off limits to the public. High priority alert. Following recent campus security issues, all staff are reminded that presenting for Identiscan and displaying your security badge prominently and at all times for image analytics are both mandatory. High priority alert. In light of recent acts of terrorism directed at the rapid transit system, HiSec now offers a Big Brother initiative to accompany staff traveling from off-site. Sign up is required and strongly encouraged. 4.8 more entries in high priority, additional entries corrupted. Or 48 more, oh my god. Yeah, they were shitting themselves near the end for sure.
So people were angry at Faro, at the corporation. They blamed this place for something. Something bad.
Yep, she's starting to piece it together. Anything in this boardroom? Nope. Alright, well, let's continue heading up.
It'll be a long way up. Frozen metal most of the way. Not making this easy, Dr. Sobek. If plants can find a way to hang on up here, guess I can too.
Totally. Alright.
It's cold.
Probably really high up in a very snowy mountain. And, well, surrounded by metal. Whoa! What is this? We didn't come this way, did we? Oh. Yeah, we totally did. Okay, this is all part of the same... Gotcha. pretty high up. Ah.
Crisis that began when they engaged in unauthorized offensive operations against robots and human personnel of the Hearts Timor Energy Combine. Now, I wish that I could relate that the crisis has been exaggerated, but it's not. The Peacekeepers have not responded to stand-down codes, and by all signs, they appear to be replicating at a precipitous rate. Now, what I can promise, can absolutely assure you, is that I am already devoting every possible resource towards reaching a speedy conclusion to this issue. So when you hear the bad talk about us against this company in the days, maybe weeks to come, just bear in mind that we will get past this. That a day's coming when none of this will matter.
Peacekeepers. That's what they called their machines. They were built for war, not peace.
You know, it has a nice ring to it. Okay.
Tasty.
Yep, gotta love meat. Now, where do we go next? Up there? Whoa, wait a minute. Okay. We are higher up. All hands on deck. From Gordon Nakata to Gina Zimmerman. Subject, all hands on deck. Gina, ever hear of the Melville Island Fruit Association? Neither had I until they filed suit against us this morning. Apparently, there's a little island paradise off the coast of Australia, population 2,700, all of whom hate us now that a stray Hearts Timor unit is chowing down on their largest mango orchard. That brings the official count of Hearts Timor-related lawsuits to 127, most of them from private companies, but also a bunch from individual nation-states and NGOs. And that's not even counting the mother of all liability claims from Hearts itself. Call every external firm we've ever used, then call their competitors. We're going to need every corporate defense lawyer we can find who's still half sober and on the bar. Gordon Nakata, Associate General Counsel, FAS. Well, and that tells us a bit more about how their machines were really kind of just developing their own internal AIs. And we're not talking Grok or ChatGPT, we're talking actual AIs. But more like insect hive mind AIs. just like wanting to make sure that I don't miss any of the lore points. Up we go. Next floor. Oh. This takes us up, up, up. In that case. Whoa! Where am I? Okay, good. So yeah. Whoop. Okay, good. We're here. Gonna take the long way up.
That'll keep my stomach quiet. Is this where the elevator would have let me off? No. Ah! Where are we? I'm lost now. Okay, now I'm no longer lost. Rocks.
Yeah. This is where it would have let us off. Banda C incident. From Stacey Anders to Rob Reschner. Subject Dolphin Vid. Bob. Another problem to add to our big steaming pile. Apparently a fisherman at the Banda C captured a video of a Hearts Timor Horus unit refueling via biomatter conversion along the shoreline of Pulau Wetter. On a pod of endangered dolphins, no less. Quite possibly the last of their kind. Not to get graphic, but it looks like what happened inside a blender, as if a robot was whipping up a big, pink, swirling milkshake of dolphin chum. Our suppression team has scrubbed it from 43 networks, but it's still propagating, so it's only a matter of time before it goes viral. A prepared statement feels grossly insufficient. Any suggestions? This one's a real stinker. Stacey Anders, VP PR FAS. Well, you know, when your Horus is creating a dolphin slurry in the middle of the ocean, yeah, it's gonna cause problems.
A way up. All it takes is a few good handholds.
So then what's in here? Absolutely nothing.
All right, made it. Wonder what we'll find. No space.
No space for what? Oh. Very high up. Secure 3 zettabyte storage rack, 6% power remaining.
All data has been erased from this device. Do you wish to deploy alpha privileges to recover purged data?
Oh yes, I believe I do.
A file has been recovered.
October 31st,
Elizabeth,
2064.
good to, it's been years.
Where's your legal team, Ted?
No need. I dropped all 18 lawsuits the moment you landed. I assume your data confirms this.
All right, this promises to be interesting.
Perhaps we could have lunch brought in. You know, get reacquainted.
I know you, Ted. You screwed something up, something big, or you wouldn't have eaten the crow necessary to get me here. So spit it out.
There's a glitch in the chariot line.
Your killer robots?
Peacekeepers, yes, those.
So shut them down.
Obviously, Liz, we would, if we could. They're not responding.
Are you telling me a swarm has gone rogue, Ted?
It's worse than that.
Show me the data then. And I'll take that lunch. Alone.
Ted Faro brought Elizabeth Sobek here, but they hated each other.
Another file has been recovered.
Oh, that's nice.
This isn't a glitch.
November
It's a
1st.
catastrophe.
Fully aware. It's bad.
Bad?
Jesus, Liz.
It's not bad, Ted. It's apocalyptic. You built a line of killer robots.
Peacekeepers.
that consume biomass as fuel.
In emergencies,
And you made them capable of self-replication.
limited, self-manufacture, controlled.
Not anymore. The glitch severed chain of command. The only nation this swarm answers to now is itself.
You think
Everything else is just food. And at the rate it's replicating, Ted, it will strip the Earth bare in 15 months. We're not talking fall of civilization. We're talking extinction.
I get it, Liz. So how do I stop it while it's contained?
It's not contained. It can't be.
You know what I mean.
Right. Before the truth gets out, you mean?
Liz, I will do anything you say. Keep working it, and whatever you recommend, I'll do.
I'm gonna hold you to that, Ted.
Was he really standing there in the recording? Like, he invented the technology to be able to phase through his own chair and table?
Robots threatened all life on Earth. But somehow she defeated them. The world of the old ones fell, but life went on, or we wouldn't be here.
A final Pharaoh has been recovered.
So we went from October 30th to November 1st.
Project Zero Dawn.
November 3rd.
Jesus, Liz.
How is she in the middle of the table?
If there were a nicer way to fix your mess, I would have proposed it.
But this? When I asked you to find a cure, I didn't expect it to be worse than the disease.
It's not, Ted. It may be grim, but it's our only chance. Now sign the proposal.
Sign it? I can't sign that.
Yes, you can.
That? Liz, I cannot in good conscience sign that.
You've got a choice, Ted.
I know.
I'm speaking to you from a VTOL en route to U.S. Robot Command.
That would be why she's in the center of the table.
In 15 minutes, I meet with General Harris and the rest of the Joint Chiefs.
What? Are you crazy?
Now your choice is what I tell them. Sign, and I'll tell them the wealthiest corporation on Earth has guaranteed the funds necessary to build Zero Dawn. Exactly as I've designed it. Or don't sign, and I will make sure they and everyone else on this planet knows the real cause of the glitch.
Jesus, Liz. You don't have to threaten me. I'll sign.
Look on the bright side, Ted. From here on out, you get to do what you've always been good at. Footing the bill while others get their hands dirty.
God forgive me.
What made her solution so terrible? What did she do to stop the robots?
Executive
That's the
access
question, isn't
detected.
it?
Express lift opened.
This doesn't add up. Sobek couldn't have been my mother. She lived ages ago. All this searching, and I'm still no closer.
That's your reaction to everything you've just learned? To whine like a spoiled child?
You should really try talking that way to me face to face.
As you wish. Do you really have no idea how monumental are the discoveries you just made, Aloy? I expected more of you.
So, you have a face. Got a name to go with it?
Of all the questions you could ask right now, that's the one you choose. I've spent decades searching the ruins of the old ones, trying to solve the mystery of what happened to them. For years, I've suspected that Pharaoh robots destroyed their civilization, but I could never confirm it. And in minutes, you uncover more ancient knowledge than I have in a lifetime, and what you want to know is my name.
We can tell you're obviously Banuk.
Silence. That's my name. Now, why don't you try asking another question? Something less trivial.
All right, Silence. You've made your point. I came to these ruins hoping to learn more about this Elizabeth Sobek. And I have, but I still don't understand my connection to her. Or why the Eclipse is trying to kill me. Or who Hades is. No answers, just one question after another.
Exactly. Which is why it's time to expand your frame of inquiry. Only then will you see just how big your problems really are.
What exactly are you talking about?
You've chased a personal riddle into a crowd of larger mysteries. The common thread is your connection to Elizabeth Sobek.
But what is that connection? She couldn't have been my mother if she lived centuries ago.
We don't know the connection yet. The only way to find out is to keep going, to keep making discoveries. Thanks to you, we've only just now learned that Pharaoh robots once threatened to end life on Earth.
But it didn't happen. The Old One's civilization was destroyed, but life was saved.
Obviously. So, what did Elizabeth do? How did she stop the robots before all was lost?
What was Project Zero Dawn?
Exactly the question. Now, are you ready to go get the answer?
Of course I am.
Then why are you still standing here?
Not so fast, Silence. You've got some explaining to do.
I've told you quite enough. If you've still got questions, be quick about it and stop wasting my time.
You said you've known for some time that Pharaoh war machines destroyed the civilization of the Old Ones.
The evidence pointed that way. But until now, I never knew the full scope of their danger. That they could process organic matter into fuel, or that the Horus class could manufacture more robots. Like a cauldron on legs.
But the robots we've seen so far, the Corruptors and Deathbringers, they don't do those things.
Not yet, anyway. So far, we haven't encountered any that are undamaged. At full power, who knows what they're capable of? Now, if that's enough talking, be on your way.
Oh no. I'm just getting started. You've been getting a free ride on my focus, risking nothing while I risk everything. All I have to do is take this thing off my head, and you'll be blind, deaf, and dumb. So quit complaining and answer my questions.
Very well. Proceed.
You've been using my focus to spy on me. How's that possible?
Every focus emits a signal, a voice, that only other focuses can hear. I know how to string those voices together, how to make them talk to each other, to communicate, even over vast distances.
How do you learn to do that?
Years of study and experimentation. In principle, it's not so different from how you override machines. I override focuses.
And you can spy through other Eclipse's focuses too.
Usually. All I'll say is that overriding the connections is complicated.
Who are you, Silence? And what are your intentions?
You really need to make this personal?
Very Banuk.
I'm a lone wanderer who left his tribe behind a long time ago. An explorer of forbidden places, a searcher of lost knowledge. Exactly as I said.
Why do you know so much about the Eclipse?
I happen to know a lot about a lot of things. If what you're really asking is whether I work for the Eclipse or anyone else, I don't. I am nothing if not independent.
So far as I can tell, the Eclipse are just following orders. It's Hades who wants me dead. Who is he?
I don't know. The Eclipse describe him as a buried shadow, some kind of devil.
That thing that spoke to me outside, that made that focus explode. That was Hades. It didn't seem like a person or a machine. More like a phantom. With a terrible voice.
All that's certain is that he wants you dead.
Because of my connection to Elizabeth. Has to be.
Hades is using the Eclipse to resurrect Pharaoh robots.
But if Elizabeth found a way to stop them centuries ago, if she made special weapons, maybe Hades is worried I'll do the same thing.
In some of the ancient data I've recovered, there are hints of so-called super weapons being developed. Maybe to stop the robots, the civilization of the old ones had to destroy itself.
Foreshadowing.
Is there any chance that Elizabeth Sobek could still be alive somehow?
It's highly unlikely, but not impossible. Some of the ancient data I've recovered includes mentions of life extension techniques. Pharmaceuticals,
see in the next game.
An ancient word for medicine. But some were still trying to perfect ways of freezing and unfreezing people.
Freezing and unfreezing people?
Cryogenics, they called it. But there were problems with it. Given Elizabeth's technological acumen, I can't definitively rule out that she found a way to make herself immortal. But this is speculation. Wasting time.
Right then.
Elizabeth told Ted Faro she was headed for a place called U.S. Robot Command to tell people about Zero Dawn.
The place still exists as a ruin. The Asaram call it the Grave Horde.
Grave Horde? Cheery name.
You'll find it in the Eastern Mountains, buried under the tangled coils of a metal devil, or a BOR-7 Horus, rather, as we're learning to call them. I'll contact you when you get there.
I can't wait. Someday we'll meet in person, and your manners had better be improved.
BOR-7
Well,
Horus.
getting down will be a lot faster than getting up there, at least. U.S. Robot Command next. To learn the secrets of Zero Dawn.
Nice. Okay. We'll see how far it is when we get out.
Snowfall's stopping.
No, it's not. It's doing the exact opposite of stopping. It's, in fact, continuing.
Ugh, the scrapes.
Right. Well, definitely learned a lot about the history of the world in this episode of Aloy's life. No, not that way. Or is it that way? I do not know which way. Definitely not here. This is where we killed the Deathbringer. There's our exit. A lot of rats in this area, and I understand why. because you use that to make the make their potions. Because there's no healing plants up here. Odyssey to Nowhere. Funeral for an Obsolete Future, an Odyssey to Nowhere. Paris, July 7th, 2057. 25 persons from 5 nations stand before the offices of Odyssey Euro West, hands clasped solemnly at their waists or held stiffly at their sides. Some are politicians, some are businessmen. These days, is there a difference? Some are scientists. Slowly, Gerhard Weitz steps onto the podium. I regret to announce that as of today, the Odyssey is no more. What exists is the vessel will be abandoned in orbit. All personnel will collect severance income and be released from their contracts. The sad fact is that our species' greatest hope for an extraplanetary future was never able to escape the gravity of terrestrial, all-too-human conflicts. Weitz sighed. Perhaps the innovations we pioneered will help improve the lives of future generations. Time will tell. Hey! Call out to the Odyssey, which we will learn more about in the sequel. There's our fire. So do I. Like, we've found multiple data points already that have talked about, like, the Odyssey, the Tanakh, the Utaru, the Forbidden West, even the Daunt. And, you know, right there when they were talking to Silence, they were hinting about, you know, life-extending techniques that were practiced. Well, you know. Anyway, it is getting pretty damn late. It's already 3 a.m. here, so I'm going to call this stream here. But to plot out what's going on for... Oh, wow! All the way back east. So we'll do that sooner or later. You know, I don't even need to hit those yet anyway, because we'll be heading out that direction through the narrative anyway. So, you know, I think before we end, we are just going to take a quick hop, skip, and a jump all the way over with our infinite fast travel to Meridian, where we need to be for all of our major quests and Hunter's Lodge stuff and everything else. Okay. So what do we have? Sun shall fall. Go to the palace. Hunter's Blind. That's out where the next where the U.S. robotics camp is. Oh, yeah. And then Frozen Wild. So yeah, we have main quest and 2 sides to take care of here, which we will take care of when we pick this up again, which will likely be in a few days, because of course tomorrow is Final Fantasy Fridays. We are going to be continuing on with Final Fantasy VII, and Saturday and Sunday I might be out of town, but if I'm not, we'll be returning to Nine Sols. But if I'm out of town, well, Nine Sols will wait until next weekend, and we'll be back on Monday with more Zero Dawn. But thank you everyone for joining us for tonight. I hope you have a great one, and we'll see you tomorrow for some Final Fantasy VII. Take care.